What means that sure. Tally. I'm already learning over there. I don't feel no type of way about the TikTok ban. I'm already a Chinese citizen. I'm trying to get up in there. They already done lied and tricked us, telling us China did this, China did that. We walked over there. China said, hey, y'all. They was over there like, let me teach y'all my language so y'all can get into it. Now I was a little nervous at first, but now we all on Shahan Shul. We all over there on that red no app. It's real cool over there. But I still like TikTok because that man, he really fought for us. I ain't never seen a Chinese man fight for us a day like that in my life. Never. So I'm gonna be having fun over there. They just mad because we learning so much. Y'all keep tricking us. Y'all already told us Africa look like the slums. Africa is beautiful. Y'all done told us Chinese people, they are enemies. They happy to see us. They said we was their enemies the whole time. So basically, we've been getting played in America. They thought they was gonna take away an app that's owned by a man that's in China, and we was just gonna accept that. Nah, we done packed up our bags and we done moved over there to a real Chinese app, and then now they finna take all our data. Oh, when they take my data, they gonna see a lot of XXX on there. They gonna judge me real bad, but we ain't really got nothing to hide because what are they gonna find from Americans? Well, from using iPhones, we don't even know what's going on over here. We done got lied to our whole life. Now we woke. Now they mad. Now they trying to extend the ban because now they like, oh, no, they done went on the Chinese app for real. Nah, we good over there. We good. We chilling. We cool. I don't feel away. Y'all going around interviewing everybody about their little app stuff. TikTok. That's cool. I'm gonna find me a boyfriend over there. I'm gonna get like 2 or 3. I gotta learn more about the culture. I gotta learn Mandarin. All I know how to say is ni hao, and the other thing I said what means is shu. My name is. I learned how to say that. Hopefully they got a Starbucks over there. When I'm done with this court case, I'm moving over there too. I'm gonna be hopefully they ain't all short like America try to make them. I need me a tall one, but we gonna get on here and I'm gonna act right. You ready? I'm gonna act right so they can invite us over. My name's She Tally over there too. Go follow me. What you mean it's live? Now they're gonna think we ghetto, man.
You piece of dirt. No, I'm wrong. You're lower than dirt. You're an ant. Let this be a lesson to all you ants. Ideas are very dangerous things. You are mindless, soil-shoving losers, put on this earth to serve us.
You're wrong, Hopper. Ants are not meant to serve grasshoppers. I've seen these ants do great things. And year after year, they somehow manage to pick food for themselves and you. So who is the weaker species? Ants don't serve grasshoppers. It's you who need us. We're a lot stronger than you say we are. And you know it, don't you?
Well, princess.
Hopper, I hate to interrupt, but,
You ants stay back!
oh, this was such a bad idea.
You see, Hopper, nature has a certain order. The ants pick the food, the ants keep the food, and the grasshoppers leave.
Well, you guys, that's what this thing is all about. It's all about the government being able to control the U.S., the citizens, the Americans. They do not want to see us thriving. They want to keep us under their thumb. And I've been saying this for years. The way the system is set up right now, it's just another form of slavery. It really is. You think you're getting ahead in life and you get thrown bills and regulations and rules, and they got to tax this and they need that. I feel like people in America is just sick and tired of being sick and tired.
That's a shame. You guys fought the best fight, but we're gonna have to go ahead and go through with the ban. Oh, okay. You didn't hear me? I said we're gonna ban the app. Yeah, I heard you. My Negro in Christ. I said I'm gonna ban TikTok, and I'm already on Red Note. What the fuck is that? A Death Note recolor? Nope. Basically just a replacement of the app you just spent all that time trying to get rid of. How's there already a replacement? I just banned this shit. Well, all that taxpayer money you spent on trying to ban a kids app instead of solving real problems, that time should have been used to look at these other apps. Okay. Oh, okay. Check me out. We won't ban TikTok just yet. We'll delay the ban. Ain't no point in doing that shit. I already put on my job application. I'm bilingual. I don't get it. Why would you put that on your job application? Brother, this app is not in English. I can't read none of this shit. I'm pressing these buttons with hopes and dreams right now. You would rather risk everything pressing random buttons on a fucking app in a different language than just go to IG or Facebook? My brother in Christ, I would rather walk on hot glass Legos than watch a fucking IG reel. We fucked up.
Yeah, ain't nobody going back to Instagram and Facebook. Like, I get on Facebook sometimes, but it's only like to talk to my family members or something. But as far as just strolling and just being on Facebook, no. No. The government know exactly what they're doing. Okay, they know exactly what they're doing, and they say that it's a national threat, but what it really is, they're losing money because TikTok is where the money is at. I'm just saying.
Up in the air. But TikTok users are not waiting around to find out how this is going to play out.
Amid fear a TikTok ban could take effect later this week, some Americans flocking to Chinese apps like Red Note.
I'm a TikTok refugee.
And Lemon 8. Both apps have similarities to TikTok, and Lemon 8 shares a parent company, ByteDance.
Red Note is owned and operated by the Chinese Communist Party, and users must agree to adhere to the Chinese Constitution, practice socialist values, and promote the traditional culture of China.
Yeah! Good job, U.S. government. You told Americans they couldn't see China anymore, and now they're running off to Vegas with it. I mean, this has got to be so frustrating for Kamala. She just spent a whole election fighting accusations that she's a socialist, and now every American is like, I would literally pledge to be a Chinese socialist for a good TikTok replacement. The question is, why would Americans be so cavalier about the threat of China spying? Maybe it's because after years of receiving monthly emails about how every American company has lost or stolen our data, we've become cynical about the concept of privacy. Or maybe we actually get off on knowing China is spying on us the whole time. Maybe it's gotten so bad I can't even enjoy a cat video anymore unless I know Xi Jinping is watching me from some digital cuck chair in the corner. So, looks like this new app, Red Note, is exploding. And the last time something from China went this viral was... It's not important. But when you see what people are discovering once they're on it.
One thing that I've noticed since being on Red Note for like the last 2 days is how much more advanced the Chinese culture is than what I had in my brain.
Most of these Chinese people, they look so much less traumatized than most Americans. I am no longer convinced that we are living in a first world country.
While lurking on Red Note, I found out about this car. We can't sell this car because it's Chinese. Look how cute it is. They sell it in pink. It's like $15,000, which is affordable.
I made a new bestie. She ended up going to the market and sent me a picture of her local market, corn on the cob, 94 cents. What would it be here in America, you might ask? $7. Is this what they don't want us to know?
That's not a good sign for America. I was made to think a communist dictator was bad, but check out these corn prices. Daddy likey. Come on, America, fight back. If Chinese people show you their cheap corn, you show them our robust free press. Okay. Or you show them our fair and impartial justice. Not that, okay? Dave and Buster's. Show them our Dave and Buster's. Hell yeah, in your commie faces.
Oh my God.
I already done signed up for Red Note. I already got my app. I already posted my profile picture and all of that. And I will say, the atmosphere over there is nothing like America. It is so peaceful and serene, and the culture is just amazing. It's like people over there look like they just been living the best life their whole life, you know? They look like they have been living their best life for their whole life. The atmosphere on Red Note is truly amazing. And even if they decide to keep TikTok, I think I'm going to keep that app because I just love the culture and the atmosphere over there. You guys, if you haven't checked it out, you might want to check it out. It's dope. It's dope. And you got a lot of people over there that's actually trying to help Americans. Americans been going over there talking about I'm American TikTok refugee. And they've been helping them. They've been helping them to figure out how to work out the app and all of that. They are really cool people.
You're asking me, the biggest problem is TikTok. It's not global warming. It's not access to healthcare, welfare, boring. Corruption at the top. Citizens getting shot. With all that's going on right now, it's the perfect time for banning TikTok, baby. We're coming for your TikTok, baby. No, the most important problem's TikTok, baby. We're coming for you, TikTok, baby, for sure.
See a lot of content creators saying what they really want to say because, well, we're not afraid about getting banned or demonetized anymore on the account. They're going to ban this entire app. So I'm going to say what it is I want to say while I still have the ability to say it. TikTok was never a security risk to the American people. TikTok is a security risk to the American government. Because if TikTok genuinely had a security risk, they would be banning all these other apps like Temu and Shein that are run in other countries. Or they would be banning American corporations from outsourcing employment to people in other countries. They can take our money as their customers and provide us a service in America, but they can't employ American citizens. No, they employ people in other countries and give them money that Americans need so they can avoid paying Americans a livable wage amongst the worst economic inflation America has ever seen. So not only are they putting us in a bigger financial crisis, which is exactly where the American government wants us to be, but they're giving hundreds and thousands of people all over the world access to way more pertinent information than anything you could collect off of TikTok. I mean, let's be for real here. You've got companies like Comcast, T-Mobile, my insurance company, whether it's my homeowners or my car insurance, and Uber, and all of them have call centers in different countries. They have access to my readily available biographical information. They have access to my financial data. These insurance companies and Uber apps literally give you chips to install in your car so they can track your driving habits. They could literally make a map of our entire country. And you don't think that that's more of a security risk than me dancing on TikTok, right? Let's call a duck here. This is absolutely about freedom of speech and nothing else, because every single social media app that Americans have access to outside of TikTok is under the same corporate umbrella with the exact same community standards, and that's just America now. They have taken away all of our freedoms by installing corporations in place of our constitutional right, or these corporations are finding ways to capitalize on our constitutional rights. You don't believe me? Let's dive in. They infringe upon our constitutional right to freedom of press by giving us only two polarized options in way of media. Where do we get our news from? Fox or CNN. Every time you see a liberal arguing with a conservative or vice versa, it's you watch CNN, you watch Fox News. These are the only two news channels that we have, and they're both under the same corporate umbrella. Why would one corporation want to polarize the news? Make them both extremely biased, confrontational, and regularly misinforming Americans? Why would one corporation want to keep us divided? The whole reason we have a housing crisis in America and living is no longer affordable is because the American government has allowed hedge funds to come in and monopolize on single-family homes in America. Once again, a private corporation owning majority of our single-family homes. Food production, manufacturing, farming, etc. Anything that's happening on a large scale in America is being monopolized by 3 different companies, 2 of which are under the same corporate umbrella and completely void of any regulations that the FDA should be implementing on them. The FDA, Food and Drug Administration in America, should be sanctioned by the government, but instead they're being bought out by these 2 major corporations that have monopolized on our food production and manufacturing. Our healthcare is owned by Big Pharma, which once again is in bed with the FDA and government officials as well. And they're just having a big old circle jerk about how they can take us from being patients who need treatment to customers who are repeated. Our public education system is funded by our tax dollars, which is allocated to the public education systems by the government, which prefers stupid Americans. Case in point, we are the only country using standardized testing and multiple choice questions to grade our children. If we are being realistic, American education does nothing but indoctrinate our children to the corporate work schedule. On an education level, we are behind every developed country in the world. That is why the man running our economy refuses to employ Americans, because of our subpar education system. And last but absolutely most importantly, the entire point of this post is how they are infringing upon our constitutional right to freedom of speech. The most accessible form to free speech that we have is social media. And they are funneling us to social media apps owned by the metaverse, social media apps of their choosing, like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter or X, YouTube. All of these are under, once again, the same corporate umbrella, and they have the community standards of the government's choosing. That's why they're regularly bringing all of these people in to reprimand them on how they should be handling their community standards. Like, nobody finds it odd that the man who's running our country has hired somebody to run our economy who owns one of these social media platforms. And Elon Musk has said he intends on putting people on probation on Twitter if they're not showing support to Donald Trump or they're vocalizing their points of contention against him. Where President Donald Trump has said anybody in government who outwardly opposes him will be replaced by a Trump loyalist. If that is not infringement upon our constitutional right to freedom of speech, well, I don't know what is. And somehow I'm supposed to believe that the one app that doesn't block, ban, demonetize, or mute me for talking about any of the aforementioned is more of a security risk than corporate American companies outsourcing all of our readily available biographical information, financial information, and geographic whereabouts to another country so they can capitalize on their record-breaking profits while Americans still don't make a livable wage? Let's be realistic here. The real security risk to America is the risk that the American people pose to the American government. The risk is Americans uniting. The real risk is Americans having access to non-biased information from different parts of the world. The real risk to American security is speaking freely on the injustices that the American government has committed against the American citizens by allowing American corporations and greed to dictate the every fiber of our American existence. I am sick of corporate America. I am sick of corporate America running our government, having our politicians in its pocket, running our healthcare system, our food manufacturing. I'm sick of it running our housing market. I'm sick of billionaires running to be politicians or figuring our fucking economy, our educational system. And I am damn sick of it infringing upon my constitutional right to freedom of press and speech. I'm just fucking sick of it. America is not a corporation. We are a fucking country.
I've been saying that the whole school system is just a setup to make our kids slaves to America, to the government. The healthcare system is definitely a setup. I work as a nurse. I know, okay, the corruption in the healthcare system. And this whole TikTok ban is all about silencing our voice. It's about putting money back into the government's pocket, because right now they're losing money. If you think about it, a lot of people buy their merchandise over on TikTok. Amazon sales done went down. Shein sales, even though, they China too, but a lot of these other apps, they sales done went down, okay? Because everybody has been selling over there on TikTok. It's money to be made over there. Not just selling on the TikTok shop. Okay, you can go live and make money. I remember my first time ever going live over on TikTok. I made $435 that day within 4 hours. Okay, so yeah, this is not about national security. This is all about silencing our voice, keeping us from banding together, keeping us disconnected from China and other places that is trying to help us or is trying to show us a better way to do things. That's what this is all about. Okay. The government realized that they are losing control.
Months ago, I received a message from journalists in China asking me why there are so many Americans flocking to Red Note. We have caused such a ruckus, made such a large impact, not only on their social media, but their people and their society in general, that they're asking me, why are so many Americans coming to Red Note? And these are just one of the first of many messages, and they're giving me their address and emails and so on. And they're actually downright curious on why we are coming to Red Note. So to the journalists in China that is interested about this information, here you go. And the reason why is because our US government sucks. They are trying to fully take away our communication and our rights and our freedom of speech entirely. TikTok was the one app that they couldn't control through social media or anything else, so that way they could paint a narrative of how they see fit. The US government is trying to paint a picture that China is trying to steal our data, but we all knew that's not the case. In fact, we all know that is nothing but a complete lie. The only reason why they want to ban TikTok is because they want to silence our voices entirely. Our government does not care about us. In fact, they never did. All they care about is oppressing us. All they care about is making sure they win in the way that they see fit. All they care about is promoting the rich, filling their own pockets, and making sure they get even richer. Our government is completely anti-China, and they recently passed a bill for $1.6 billion to promote anti-China propaganda. We completely understand that the reason why they want to shut down TikTok is because we can see the world of how it truly is, that the world isn't as hateful or as regretful or as terrifying or evil as they try to make it seem. We also understand that China is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. They try to paint it as this downright evil and communistic country that is just breaking down and terrifying, and they oppress their own people. They are also trying to make it seem that China has no type of freedom whatsoever. We all understand that that's nothing but a lie. Our Supreme Court, our House, our governments, our leaders, they are nothing but cockroaches and leeches. They do not protect the people. They do not protect us. They do not help us. Our own US social medias like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, they all sell our data to other people, to the highest bidder, or to the US government without our permission. They have done this countless times, and our leaders do absolutely nothing about it. Our governments, our leaders, they are nothing but money-hungry, grubbing leeches who wants nothing but power, money, and control over us. There are states, cities, and people that are dying, that are sick, that are burning away, and they do nothing in return. Our insurance companies are rejecting our claims and canceling our insurance policies because they do not want to pay for us, because it affects their profits, their stockholders, and their investors. They care about the rich more than they care about their own citizens. And the people of the United States are tired of it. We're done. We're so fucking fed up. We can't do anything physically because if we try to, they will undoubtedly use force. So now, since they want to be so anti-China and think that there's Chinese spies in TikTok, which there aren't, and they want to conjure up all these lies trying to make it seem like China are trying to brainwash American citizens into thinking that the government is bad, which they actually are. They want us censored. They are trying to take away our First Amendment right of freedom of speech. They do not want us to know the truth about who they actually are and what they're actually doing. This has gone on for long enough, and we're done. Hawaii has been burned to the ground. Los Angeles is being burned to the ground. There are hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people homeless because their insurance companies has fucked them. They have abandoned the American people. New York City is being flooded. Florida is getting hit by multiple hurricanes. Texas is slowly being destroyed. Everything is too expensive and Americans cannot afford basic things to live. Our country refuses to give us universal health care even though they spent billions and trillions of dollars on military equipment. That and other things that we do not need, like anti-China propaganda. And they spend loads of money on themselves and not for the people. America is not the greatest country in the world. In fact, it's far from it. This country country is corrupted to its core. Yeah, America may seem pretty from wherever you are, but the truth is, this country is slowly destroying itself from the inside because all our leaders care about is what they put in their pockets. They just want power and control. Our wildlife is dying and being burnt to the ground, and thousands of people are dying. There are too much happening in the United States, and all they care about is banning TikTok. Are you kidding me? This is why so many American citizens are flooding to Red Note. It's because we cannot rely on our own government. So if they do ban TikTok, we will use Red Note as a means of fighting back. But you know what? This has worked out better than we could possibly imagine. Because now we are even closer with China because of this than we are with America. And this is something that they did not want to happen. And yet, it did anyway. The US government ended up creating a problem that they did not want to exist, nor did it exist in the first place. But guess what? Now, that problem that they were so afraid of happening has actually happened. This is the American citizens' way of revolutioning. So they have one or two choices. One, they can ban TikTok and we'll just go to Red Note instead. Or two, they can stop trying to fucking silence us and let us keep TikTok. It's one or the other. Either way, they're not going to get what they want, and we're going to make damn sure of that. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. This is Onyx. You can find me on Red Note, and you can find me here. I am gone.
It's not fair what you're doing.
Yeah, well, life's not fair, is it?
It's bullshit. They should have a say in it.
My citizens, my rules. You didn't want to share.
Why should I have to sell?
Because our billionaires need to eat too. I mean, we have to protect the data.
I'm gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss you too.
We sure showed them, didn't we? What's the matter with you?
You never asked me what I wanted.
We went over this. They're stealing your...
What if I wanted him to have it?
Excuse me?
He's stealing it, you're stealing it. At least he gave me something. What the fuck have you ever given me?
All right, well, you don't really get a say in it, so...
Isn't that the fucking problem? You just take shit away from me, hide it under the guise of some nationalist bullshit, and I never get a fucking say in it. If this is goodbye, I want you to have this.
No, I can't.
No, this one's on me.
In another life, we could have had it all.
At least we had this. For all time's sake.
Exciting news, we already have 130,000 signatures on our petition to prevent TikTok from being banned on Sunday night. The White House is paying attention. NBC just broke a story saying that the president now is considering pausing the ban. This is because of your voices. I know we've asked for 500,000 signatures, but you know what? Let's get to 1 million by tomorrow night. It's working. We need to stand up for the free speech and livelihoods of 170 million Americans. The White House is paying attention.
If any of you guys know where you're supposed to go to sign the petition to keep TikTok from being banned, please drop it in the comments because I'm not for sure. I said I was going to go and do some research and find out because I'm definitely signing that petition.
Okay, listen up. All Nade, Joy Team, Ogmog, All Tang, Okay, Fun Now. Right now!
New app. Enough with where are we going after TikTok closes down, because I think y'all are missing the point. Loud reminder here that over 10 years, we have never seen a more politically divided system than we have today. Left versus right. But there's one thing over the past 10 years, one thing that both sides of the aisle have unanimously and quickly agreed upon: the banning of TikTok. They say it's because of national security, but we have many politicians on this app using it right now. They specifically said in their hearing on Friday that they were worried about young people growing up and then ending up in positions of power in the government with TikTok having their data. The last two presidents of the United States are on TikTok. They've been on this app for years campaigning. This is what it's really about. And they said this verbatim on Friday. Their main concern is that this app will cause Americans to rise up against leaders in our government. Let me say that again so it sinks in. They are scared that this app may finally cause the American people to begin to oppose their political leaders and take control of their own government. They're already seeing it happen and they need it to stop, okay? Not a coincidence that the ban goes into effect on January 19th, literally the day before power shifts in the White House. Not a coincidence that they packaged the TikTok ban with a bill that provided over $10 billion of foreign humanitarian aid to further incentivize members of Congress to vote for the banning of TikTok. Not a coincidence at all that they don't give a shit about Temu, an app that has over 70 million American users that collects way more data than TikTok does. It has way less safeguards currently in place from the Chinese government accessing that data. Not a coincidence that every major corporation in our entire country has been lobbying and paying off our government officials to vote for the banning of TikTok. Did we all just forget that 2 years ago Facebook paid GOP firm to malign TikTok and was boosting messages calling TikTok a threat to American children? It's no secret that Meta stands to make billions of dollars from this shutdown. And by the way, guess how many members of Congress and the House of Representatives personally own stock in Meta? Yeah, try all of them. By April of last year, Meta was one of the top 10 stocks that members of Congress and the House of Representatives were purchasing. Still think they're just banning TikTok because of China reasons? Zoom out even further. TikTok is not just a danger to our political leaders, and it's not just Meta and Instagram, guys. TikTok is threatening every major corporation in America. It's messing with all of their money. Amazon's biggest competitor is TikTok by far. Netflix, streaming services are all competing with TikTok now. They're fighting for your entertainment hours. Every hour you spend on TikTok, you're not spending watching one of their shows. And the numbers prove that. Streaming has declined drastically over the last 5 years in the United States. Hollywood is absolutely screwed now. We've completely changed that industry. I mean, even look at how we interact with celebrities and movie stars now. We're totally disillusioned with all of it. We used to treat TV stars and movie personalities like they were figures to worship. Now, we don't let them get away with anything. We just troll them all day on this app. Spotify, Apple Music, the entire music industry is completely flipped upside down on its head because of this app. Labels can no longer gatekeep and control what music we listen to. We get to choose ourselves. It has completely leveled the playing field for independent artists, and labels don't like that because now they can't make money off of our music. Every major news source has lost viewership. They're all laughing stocks now. Nobody watches the news unless they're over 65 years old. And don't even get me started on the biggest one of all, Big Food and Big Pharma. Remember all the protests we coordinated against Kellogg's and Heinz and how much money they lost because we all band together on this app? TikTok has allowed us to pull the veil away from the American people and realize how these big corporations are literally poisoning us and then trying to get us addicted to medication to solve the problem that they caused by poisoning us. I mean, do you really think Luigi would have made ripples the way that he did if it weren't for this app? Even gym culture has skyrocketed because of this app. People are taking better care of themselves. I saw an article recently that says Planet Fitness is starting to lose money because people are actually using the memberships they're paying for. The alcohol industry is in complete disarray. Wine is being consumed less. Hard alcohol is being consumed less. People are going to bars less, all because of this app. We're realizing how toxic and dangerous alcohol is to our society. That's the real threat. Every major political and economic power that has been built up over the last 150 years in this country to turn us all into livestock is being severely threatened by TikTok. But it's not just TikTok. It's America's ability to communicate with each other without interference. This entire fucking system only works for them if we cannot communicate with each other directly. That's why it doesn't matter what fucking app we go to next, guys. It's why Red Note or Neptune or going back to Instagram or YouTube Shorts, none of it matters. Unknowingly, this app created a revolution in this country and absolutely changed the way the American people communicate with each other, and that's what they want to get rid of. They want us all to go back to 2015. I just wish we were asking less, what app are we going to go to next, and asking more, how are we going to combat this blatant corruption in our government? Everyone is praying that once TikTok goes away, we'll just quietly shuffle over to another app that's controlled by the United States government and just go about our lives. And I don't know, based on what I'm seeing this week and how defeated we all are, I'm worried they may actually get what they're hoping for. If someone has a plan of action, please drop it in the comments, because I don't think it's enough for me to just download another app. We need to start doing something about this.
Well, family, that is what I got. I hope you enjoyed this little content. But let me know what you think about the TikTok ban. Do you think that this is just the government's way of keeping its people under control, or keeping us oppressed, keeping us stuck? keeping us blind to what's really going on. I do. I don't know about you, but I do. But let me know. I want to know you guys' opinion. If you like this type of content, please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so it will alert you every time I upload a new video. And until we talk again, I love you guys. Peace.